Hi everybody, welcome to Colette's Thermy Kitchen. My name's Colette Matriga. Happy New Year, and it's January 2024, and I thought what would be fabulous is to have this month focusing on those Thermy staples that I love and I will never run out of. And tonight we are having a look at one of those, and that's pesto. Pesto is such a versatile thing, and it can be actually made up from a whole range of different things. So let's get going. So basically, if we have a look on Cookie Dough, now don't forget you can access Cookie Dough if you have a TM5 or a TM6. If you have a TM5, you need the cookie, and of course you subscribe to Cookie Dough. And I highly recommend you get familiar with Cookie Dough and you use it, because it is such a fabulous resource. So if I actually look at the search bar here and I just type in pesto. Okay, P. Oops, it's a bit quick there for me. Search. It's always a funny angle. All right, so P E S T O. Okay, pesto. Let's do a search. So just have a look here. There's over 100 different recipes on Cookie Dough, all triple tested, all fully guided, and of course with the TM6 there's no syncing across, it's all fully connected and instantaneous. Now you've got your basic pesto recipes, and then you've got so many recipes that you can actually use that pesto to make up. So everything from, just so much. So go in, search pesto. There are just an amazing array of different things. But today what we're doing, I'm going to head over to My Week. So clicking the three little hamburger lines or the main menu into My Week. And I'm just going to hit on the basil pesto. So this is the one that we're going to make today. It's super quick and super easy. Oh, Andy, don't there. All right, so pesto.
Patrick.
You have to, that's our son just calling. So
Patrick, we're live. We'll call you later. Bye.
My son's just on his way home.
He's arrived back in Sydney.
Oh, he has. That's fantastic. So he left about 5 o'clock this morning after being with us for a couple of weeks for Christmas, which was just wonderful. And they've just arrived back in Sydney, which is their hometown. So
and like a good son, he phoned us up to let us know he got back safely.
Isn't that great? He's such a great guy. All right, so basil pesto. So basically what we're going to do today, we're going to whip up the basil pesto, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that as we progress. It literally takes a few minutes, and then I'm just going to make dinner for myself. Andrew's not having anything at home tonight, so I'm just going to do a one portion, super quick, easy pasta dish with the pesto that we're actually making. So let's get going. All right, so all we have to do, as always, is just press start cooking. Now the first thing it's asking us to do is to pop into the Thermomix bowl some Parmesan cheese. This is the hardest and loudest thing to actually chop apart from ice in your Thermomix. So I've got 80 grams going in. And next it's telling me to put the lid on because it's going to grate that down for us. So lid's gone on, and remember it's all programmed for us. It's going to go for 15 seconds, so it's going to be super fine. And we just need to turn this round to speed number 10.
Wait for it.
Can you get a whiff of that Parmesan, Andy? From here, it's just delicious. You know, you want to be buying blocks of cheese and grating them yourself in the Thermomix. It works out cheaper, you're going to get better flavour, and of course it doesn't have all those additives that the grated cheeses do. So here we go, no caking agents or anything in this cheese. Look how beautifully and fine you grated that one.
Oh yeah, now I can smell it.
Yeah,
Good. Nice.
All right, so hitting next. What do I do next, Thermy? Okay, it wants me to add in a garlic clove, which is optional, but I do like it, so that's going in. Next, we've got 30 grams of pine nuts. Now, You can use other nuts, absolutely. I often will like to do half pine and half cassia. Cassia gives it a real creaminess, but the pine nuts are also quite creamy. You could sub them for walnuts, and if you like, you could even switch them for sunflower seeds for a non-nut alternative. So in we go with the pine nuts.
So if someone has allergy to nuts, sunflower seeds are okay?
For most people, yeah, absolutely.
I did not know that.
Nice, yeah. Or the other option is if you want to, you can just leave all of that out and just continue with the rest of the ingredients. So on my Facebook page, please check in on my Facebook page every day. There's lots of information going up there this month. I actually popped up in my little Thermi Staples card on pesto a little sub recipe that you can make if you have a nut allergy. So pine nuts have gone in. Now we want to add our fresh basil leaves. So I just put a post up on my Facebook page about the importance of washing your herbs, whether they're from the garden or from the supermarket, and picking them over and then drying them off really well. That's really important. Now for me, my place to store without hesitation for all my herbs are these vacuum seal containers from the mix shop. I cannot tell you how good they are. If you have them already and you love them or not, leave a comment so you can tell people what you think. Now these ones have been washed over and picked, so these are being picked probably about a week or so ago. I always keep a little bit of kitchen paper in with them to try and attract any more moisture, because those softer herbs like basil and coriander will definitely wilt really quickly if there's a lot of moisture in them. So I probably haven't got 80 grams here, but let's see what I've got.
So how much longer do you think they last when you use them in that vacuum container?
Weeks. It's a huge difference. And especially before I had these containers, I would be buying coriander weekly and I'd be throwing half the bunch away after a few days. It's something I use a lot, but I just, every 3 weeks or so, it's really, really good. Yeah, so I'm not going to have enough of this, but that's not a problem, because if you don't have enough basil, you can top it up with other things. So I have got here...
So is this portion just for one person?
This is actually a portion for 6, and I'll tell you what I'll do with the excess afterwards. So this item here is new in the mix shop. This is the large vacuum seal, which is just fantastic. And I have actually got a few of these now, and I'm keeping particularly my leaves, lettuce leaves. I picked them from my herb garden, and again, always with a little bit of paper. But I know I've got I put some spinach in here, but I'm going to top this up with some spinach, and that's great. So other things you can use to make your basil, your pesto, thank you. Things like carrot tops. You know, if you buy those beautiful baby carrots or carrots that have the tops on with all the green, please don't throw those away. Make pesto from it. There's lots of other things you can do, but it's absolutely delicious. So that's good. That's topped me up nicely to the 80 grams. So
Can you just show that your sucky thing?
My sucky thing. Yep, so basically all you do is you would then just seal this up, and then I would literally just pop this on top, let it go, and then I would go about doing anything else. So this one, because it's only half full, there's a fair bit of air to come out, so it'll probably take about a minute. And then what happens, this little button will invert, and that tells me that process has finished, so it will look a bit like that. And then all I'd have to do is undo it. And one of the things you might notice while we're talking about these is I do tend to take the green bits off. The green bits are quite a handy little calendar. It tells you when you've put things in, so you know exactly how long things are in there. But for me, that's not essential. I just nip those off. They just come off if you put a little sharp object in there, quite easily pop out. And it just makes it so much easier to clean. I don't need to know how long things are in there. I can tell you whether or not. All right, so topped up nicely with the spinach, basil. So now we're going to add in some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. It's going to go in here, and we're going to want a fair bit, about 150.
It's a lot of olive oil.
It is. But it's the same when you're making like any hollandaise sauces and things like that. You do use a fair bit of olive oil. But you know, if you buy pesto in the shop, you know, you're talking about $6, $7, $8 for a small jar. And you taste that.
You're going over.
I've gone well over. I'll just take a little bit out because I don't want it too runny. If you taste that in comparison to what you're actually making here, that's okay. We'll have that a little bit. Doesn't matter. This is just such a flavour bomb. I cannot tell you how yummy it is. If you've made the pesto before, pop a comment in the feed below and just tell everyone just how amazing it is. All right, hitting next again. Oh, I need the salt. So I'm popping in there a teaspoon of sea salt. So I've just got the Himalayan pink salt in here now, which is fine for all of this. And the spoon that comes with the little salt dispenser from the mix shop is half a teaspoon, so that's pretty good. So that will go back in. And then hitting next, insert, hitting next. And now it's going to actually blend that together for 12 Okie doke. So, tapping the screen to shut it up. So our pesto is now basically done. Look at that colour, just amazing. And you can alter the taste. You can add in some pepper, which I often do. It's entirely up to you, but I actually quite like the way that it is on cookie dough. You can see there what we've got, just lovely. So what I love to do then is I'm going to scrape this down, and then the way that I like to store this, and I'll show you the dish that we're going to make in a minute, which is very quick, is I just like to do mine in half-cup portions because that suits our family and what I actually use. So what I will do is I'll just do a half-cup portion. Okay. And I will basically pop that into a Ziploc bag. This is just a sandwich bag. Okay, that's good. Get that little bit of excess out. Now, I'm going to pop this in the freezer. So I always have this in the freezer ready to go. I think it just stays fresher than keeping it in the fridge, although this will keep in the fridge in a clean jar. Top it with oil, because what you don't want is any oxygen getting in. The oxidization will actually start to turn it brown, but by topping it with oil, it's actually going to stop that process. Now the way to get all the air out of this is to simply pop it over your bench, bring it up to the line of your pesto, and then just get the rest of that air out. Then basically make sure you have sealed this up really well. And then what you want to do is you just want to spread this out really nice and thin, and then that's how you're going to freeze it. And then the next time you want to do a dish with basil, or you want to add some basil to cream cheese to make a dip, or do pesto to make a dip, or any of the other great dishes, you just take one of these out and it will literally defrost in probably about half an hour. So that's the way that I actually will store them. But what we're going to do now, I'm just going to make myself this little pasta dish. And what I did earlier on is I've got a thermoserver here. And remember, to get the thermoservers, if you haven't got any, give me a call. Let's organise a demo. They are a host reward. And what I did is I popped into my thermoserver about 10 minutes ago some pasta and a quarter cup of peas, because I love peas in it. And what I'm going to do is to take these out, because these are now
boiling
cooked.
water in there.
Yep. So the thing is, you want to condition this, and I don't mind a bit of the pasta water going in, You want to condition it, so the first thing you do is you just pop in about this much boiling water and put the lid on and leave it for a couple of minutes to just kind of temper the bowl. Then the next thing you do is you put your pasta in. So remember the guidelines for dry pasta. You want to work on about 56 to 60 grams of dry pasta per person. So this is about that, and that will give you enough for one person. And then all you do is you put your pasta in, a bit of salt, throw the peas in, put the lid on, and you don't open it up for whatever the time is, either on the packet or to how you actually want that. Okay, we'll get the last of this up. Okay, I'm just going to bring this over here. Just take this last little bit out. Okay, pasta bowl. Excellent. So that's going to go in there. And now what I'm going to do is just to add my other bits and pieces into this. So here I've got just obviously some beautiful chopped tomatoes going in there. And the great thing about this is it's delicious hot, but it's also delicious cold. So if you're making it for dinner, what you can then do is put the excess in the fridge in a container and take it into work in the morning. The next thing I'm going to add into this, keeping it simple, is I'm just going to add a bit of my pesto, as much or as little as you want. Beautiful. I can smell that, it smells delicious. I'm just going to grab a bowl. And then what I normally like to do is to grab a few more leaves. Just pulling the middle button to let the air get back out, because remember we started to do this. I'm just going to grab a few little leaves because that's what I like. And then I'm going to pour this on top. And then to that I'm also going to shave on some extra parmesan. Black pepper. These are again from the mix shop. Love them. Salt and pepper. And finally, a final little drizzle of olive oil because I like that. And that there, I can't wait to get tucked in, is an absolutely delicious, easy little pasta dish. Eat it hot, eat it cold, whichever way you like. It's going to be absolutely amazing. The pesto is so good. And if you've got a bit of leftover chicken in the fridge, you can shred that through. The kids will love that. But pesto, that's just one way that you can actually enjoy it. So that's it for now. Remember, I am a consultant, and if you're thinking of getting a TM6, please reach out. I'd love to support you on that journey. I have customers all over Australia, so no matter where you are, you're going to get a really good after-sales support from myself. And if you're my existing customers, you know how to contact me if you've got any questions or need any help. My training list will be going up for this month shortly, so you'll see what's available. But until then, I will see you Thursday for another live. Don't forget, please share my posts on Facebook. That's a great way to support me in my business. And until Thursday, I'll see you then. Take care. Bye, everybody.